Hello, Colorado. We are more than excited to be here with you today on this virtual conference opportunity. This is very unique for us, something we haven't done before, and I think unique for you as well. As we present to you in this virtual conference, we're excited to share 100 Mile Club with you and what we are doing as we're faced with these unique circumstances and the virtual opportunities that we have. Today, together and presenting to you is myself. I'm BJ Walker. I'm the National Program Manager with 100 Mile Club. And with me is...
Hi, I'm Michelle Toolman, and I'm the Regional Coordinator. That's great. We're excited to have Michelle as part of this as she serves your schools in Colorado, and we're able to work with you. Today, as we talk and as we present to you, there's 3 areas that we want to make sure that we cover and that we share and explain to you, and then ending with our question and answer where we will have the chance to especially talk to you about your questions, your needs, and your interests. The areas that we want to cover are, first, we want you to learn about the basic foundation of 100 Mile Club, who we are, our history, where we came from, how we're set up, and how you implement a program at your school. Number 2, we want to share and we want you to learn about the new tools and support available for schools during remote learning. We feel this is especially important. We know our audience can be a whole variety of circumstances, from being in a school that's already doing 100 Mile Club all the way to those that are just learning about us and interested and maybe hearing for the first time. So with that, it's very important that you understand what is available to you in this unique time. And lastly, we want you to better understand, and we feel you're experts in this in many ways, but we want you to better understand the increased importance of physical activity during this unique time. With that, I think we're going to just start with a fun little video. This is a great video, actually made several years ago, so some of the numbers are even a teeny bit different, but it's a great way of learning a little bit about 100 Mile Club and in general how it has originally worked from day one.
100 Mile Club is an opportunity for students to be able to walk or run 100 miles within one school year.
I usually just run a lot, like every Thursday I come here. And Mondays and Wednesdays we run at Taft Park, which is over here.
Almost every day I come here out to spend time to do the 100 Mile Club.
It gets kids here early in the morning to walk around, so attendance is improving. It gets kids prepared for running the mile test.
I like the exercise. It's a good thing to do when I'm not playing video games. It helps my body be healthy and it helps me grow more.
Teachers have even, said that the kids are more prepared, they're just more focused.
I like to exercise in the beginning of the morning and get things off my brain for a second and just focus on running. A little exhausted, but I kind of feel excited.
They challenge each other. They challenge each other when they're running, and I can run faster than you, or I can run more than you, and it's a competition.
I like teaming up with other kids and showing them my athletic skills.
They take the challenge, and every year we have a big ceremony at the end of the school year, and the kids really look forward to that.
They give you awards.
Yeah, they give you awards.
25, 50, 75, 100, all these awards.
I got a medal last year for running more than 100 too. It is really cool. You get to sit out here, watch all the kids come up and get their medals. You'll remember it and you'll just say, "Oh, I'm the best. I made 100 miles when I was young."
All right, so that video shows a little bit about the 100 Mile Club and who we are and how we operate. So what about our beginning? There's no one better to tell you the story about the history of 100 Mile Club than our founder, Kara Lubin. Kara knows all about it, where it began, and I'm excited to be able to introduce our founder, Kara Lubin, to you.
Thank you, BJ. I am thrilled to be able to talk to you all a little bit about the history of the 100 Mile Club. It was 1992, and I was a second-year teacher. And the class that I had was filled with students that were unmotivated, unhappy, they didn't want to be at school, they didn't like school,
They didn't have any success points at school. And I always ask people to think about what would happen if you came to school every day and truly did not know how to do anything your teachers were asking you to do. And those were my kids. They were identified with various learning disabilities and behavior disorders, and for them, school was terrifying. I had to give them a reason to show up every day, and I had to give them a can because their day was completely filled with can'ts. The year that we came back was right after the 1992 Summer Olympics, and that was a particularly exciting year. It was filled with moments that were filled with heartbreak and filled with triumph, and I was fascinated with the juxtaposition between tragedy and victory, defeat and victory. There was Derek Redmond, who tore a muscle in his leg when he was trying to qualify for the 400 meters, and his dad came out of the stands and helped him walk across the finish line. At the same time, you had the very first Dream Team with Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson, who swept the Olympics to win the gold medal. My kids were fascinated with the Olympics and wanted so badly to earn a gold medal of their very own, but they didn't believe they could. So my kids were pretty active. And the one thing that they could do very well was run. So I decided that whatever they were going to do, they were going to earn a gold medal, and they were going to do it through running. I did a little bit of math and realized that if my students ran at least 3 miles per week, they would reach 100 miles by the end of the school year. And that, I thought, could be how they earned their gold medal. So the first day of school, my kids and I went out to the playground. We stretched, we talked, and then we ran. At the end of our first mile together, I said to them, "Now you just have to do that 99 more times." And they were thrilled. It was the first time they had full control over something at school, and they felt so successful. My kids were instantly calmer. They were more centered. They were more awake. They were more focused. My kids had a newfound confidence that they did not have before, and they started showing up to school every single day. It was the first time they took responsibility for their own learning. Parents called me and asked me, "What are you doing in your classroom, young lady? Because whatever you're doing, keep it up." Of course, my kids got fit, they got fast, and they absolutely crushed their physical fitness test in the spring. But the best thing that I saw was that my kids were looking at a calendar and thinking about how many miles they had to run to earn their next incentive. It was long-term planning. The other wonderful part about what happened with the 100 Mile Club in my classroom is that I had inadvertently created a team. My kids showed improved social skills. They were encouraging each other. They actually started to like each other, take care of each other, and all because they had a shared goal. Each one of them was running 100 miles, and they were doing it together, one step at a time. Year after year, we ran the 100 Mile Club. And one day, another teacher asked if they could do it too. The first year that I shared the 100 Mile Club with my campus, we had a few hundred students running. The following year, it caught on district-wide, and we had over 8,000 students running in the 100 Mile Club, and it didn't slow down from there. Today, we have over 3,000 schools running in the 100 Mile Club in over 1,700 cities and all 50 states, even Puerto Rico.
Thank you, Kara, for sharing the amazing story of the beginning of the 100 Mile Club and for being with us today. Now, we're going to go to Michelle to learn more about the program itself, how it's run today, and how we are able to serve students and schools and families during this unusual time.
All right, so now that we have some history on how 100 Mile Club started, what is 100 Mile Club today? 100 Mile Club is a run-walk program where we challenge kids to do 100 miles within a school year. And this could be through running, through walking, through jogging, skipping if you'd like, anything to keep our kids moving. And our mission is engaging and empowering kids and families to achieve a healthy lifestyle through physical activity nationwide, preventing childhood inactivity and obesity, one child, one school, and one community at a time. Our vision overall is healthy, happy, connected kids. Our program is easy to start, flexible, and delivers proven physical activity in fun, challenging, and rewarding ways. It is available at any budget, from our free program to our ultra elite, all of which are low cost. Our signature package, which was started way back in the classroom, is made up of our well-known t-shirt, pencil, bracelet, certificates, and ultimately the gold medal. The students receive their t-shirts when they earn their first 25 miles. Their t-shirts then become their walking billboard for the rest of their 100 Mile Club journey for that year. Once they reach 50 miles, they will receive their silver pencil. At 75 miles, they receive their band. And only once they reach their 100 miles, towards the end of the year, they will receive their gold medals. Regardless of what or how many miles a student receives or earns, they will receive their certificate. This is a personal journey for each student, and we encourage them all to work their hardest, set their goals. Once they reach their goals, set new goals. Each year, we start off afresh, and to make it exciting, we introduce a new color for our t-shirt. This is always a super fun time. We spend about 2 weeks in April where we do a color countdown, and I'm really excited to show you our recent countdown and let you know what our new color shirt is. One thing that's really important to remember though, our shirts are always earned and never given. A student will never just receive their shirt. They have to earn it by reaching 25 miles. Alright, so you've got to know a little bit about the history, how 100 Mile Club started, the incentives that our kids earn along their way. Now let's talk about who we actually serve. We have over 3,000 schools around the US, all 50 states. We are in over 9 different countries now. Just here in Colorado, we have about 150 schools that we work with already. We serve all children. We serve youth in all regions, urban, suburban, and rural. We serve all populations, privileged and at risk. We serve all abilities, from the student who discovers running as a new talent to the child who physically struggles to put one foot in front of the other. Our program is adaptable and flexible for all. We work with a lot of elementary schools, but we also work with middle schools, high schools, college students, track and field. It could be a afternoon running club. Anybody and everybody can do this program. I really want to play this clip for you by Steve White. He is a middle school coach, and he really just puts it together so nicely for you to understand more about the program and how he's managed to implement it in his school.
Well, thank you for visiting with us. Can you explain a little bit about how you started the program at your school, or the beginnings of your program at Vail Ranch Middle School?
I was in line. I went to get something out of the car, and there was someone in front of me that had this colored shirt, and it said 100 Mile Club. And since I was just new to Temecula, I'm going, how can I get something going at my middle school that can include everybody? So I saw the email or the address on the bottom. So I Googled it at the time, and I popped it up, and I ended up meeting Kara and said, how does this thing work? And she met me at one of the restaurants and just went through the whole program. And I go, wow, it's just like a blessing that I was able to see that shirt right in front of me and be able to and be able to meet with her and get this thing going. And the best part about it is really that it was a program that can involve every single kid at the school. And I was a little leery about it because it was middle school kids, and they kind of have that attitude sometimes where I don't know if it's a cool thing to do or not. But once we got it started with about 100 kids, and then it blossomed up to 425 after a few years. We were getting over a third of our school involved, and the kids just love their shirts. The enthusiasm's high. They're allowed to walk. They're allowed to do something that they probably never thought they could be a part of a team, but this is a way for them to incorporate being a part of a team, making friends, and also getting exercise at the same time. So it was just a great thing that materialized.
And how many years have you been involved with the 100 Mile Club?
This will be our 10th year, because it was 2008. Wow. So it's our 10th year, and it's just been a huge success. It's great with the community. Once you get the things rolling, all the siblings, it just becomes a culture, and it's just a tradition at our school for kids to be able to belong to it. For mileage, instead of coming every morning and running laps on the track every single morning, we have a morning run club that we meet every Tuesday, Friday in the morning, and the kids actually get to go off campus, and they get to run not circles anymore or ovals. They actually get to go out on trails, and they get to experience what running really is about. And then they get to do, as I said, they get to do the trails. They get to do things that are different, and they like stuff that's different. So we're allowed to go off campus and run trails, and we run anywhere from 2 to 3 miles in the fall, all the way up to maybe 5 or 6 miles for the better kids when it comes towards the end of the school year. So they get to develop that cross-country mentality. I would definitely have to say that the kids are more focused. Our principal sees it. We just happen to be the only school in Riverside County to get the third Distinguished Blue Ribbon Award and Distinguished School Award. So good things are happening at our school. And when kids are involved, when they come in the mornings and they're involved and they're doing things early, it just gets the mind going, and it just makes them feel successful with themselves already. And I think it goes right into the classroom. And we're seeing good results at our school due to the I think early morning running and the consistency in our PE program.
Well, thank you so much for meeting with us.
Oh, my pleasure.
And for being so supportive to your students and running the program. And, here's cheers to 10 more years.
I think I have 10 more years left in me.
Absolutely.
But that might be about it. But it's due to the 100 Mile Club. That has made a world of difference in probably hundreds, if not 1,000 kids at our school. And we thank you for all the effort and time and energy that you put into it, your whole staff included.
All right, thanks, Michelle. It's great to hear Steve share his program and what he's done at his school, which has been amazing, and so we love seeing that because we love the benefits of 100 Mile Club. And that's the reason that we encourage 100 Mile Club and are a part of it because of the benefits it offers our students in our schools. The health benefits are strong. Active kids simply learn better and do better. And I think with this, we're right now kind of preaching to the choir here. You, as many PE instructors and health educators and such, you understand the importance of physical activity and the benefits that come. For fun, we always love to share this great little visual of brains. Physically active kids have more active brains. And here's two different pictures of students that are doing test taking. One is of a student that's been sitting for about 20 minutes and then takes the test. And then another one is taking the test after he did exercising for 20 minutes of walking, simple walking. And seeing these two compared to each other is a very strong visual expression of the importance of exercise and activity. But again, we know that you know these things, but it's great to be able to emphasize them. In addition to the benefits of the physical activity that 100 Mile Club offers, we also see the benefits of the emotional support and the connectivity that the kids gain. There are students at the same school that connect with one another. You can have your stellar athlete and a child that possibly has a disability or simply is a little bit clumsy or what it might be. They're participating in the same program, so they're connected. They feel that involvement with one another. And it's great and it's exciting. In communities where 100 Mile Club is more prolific, St. Vrain Valley School District is one of those. St. Vrain's in the whole area in Longmont, Colorado has a tremendous amount of schools involved in 100 Mile Club. And when students see one another at the grocery store or at a community activity and they happen to be wearing their 100 Mile Club shirt that they've earned, they have a connection. They're a part of the same club. And there is a feeling that's strong and powerful. I just know personally one time I was hiking in a national park, ran into a woman that she actually came running up to me because I had my 100 Mile Club shirt on. Come to find out she was at one of our assistant coaches several hundred miles away. And I thought, if two middle-aged women get this excited about 100 Mile Club, we know our children feel that connection and that involvement. This even extends to our schools nationwide. You're still a part of the same program. Michelle shared with you the t-shirts. And as simple as that is, the t-shirt changing colors every year is significant. It connects them with one another. And if you had that red shirt, you were wearing that and you earned that in our 25th year anniversary, which was just about 3 years ago. And that was the year you did 100 Mile Club. Or if you had your blue shirt or whatever shirt you might have represents your involvement at that time. And it's great to be connected with one another. To share with you some benefits at a little school in Minnesota, we have a very short video called What's Cool in Our School, and I think it kind of speaks for itself.
Setting a goal and having the discipline to make it happen is a great life skill. Students at Visitation School in Mendota Heights are learning how by going in circles, lots of them. And today's What's Cool in Our School, Kim Inslee brings us the 100 Mile Club.
My goal is 250 miles, so 100, I just need to get past that.
Pretty impressive for a second grader. In fact, a lot of students at Visitation School in Mendota Heights have big goals for the 100 Mile Club.
The whole lower school runs till they get 100, and they have a choice to stop running or keep running more and set more goals.
These people, Aiden and Cole, they've already got to 100.
It gives you exercise, and I have 2 tests today, and this will help my brain be focused. We can work better and we can pay attention more, and that we can be better at math and reading.
Students can run or walk before school, during recess, or after school. And while they do get prizes for the miles they log, the big prize is one kids might not even be thinking about right now.
If we teach them to move when they're young and enjoy moving when they're young, that will carry over to an active adult.
100! 34.
So the miles stack up.
How many? 75.
as do the benefits.
It just gets my energy out, gets those things out of my brain that I don't need in there.
Works on goal setting, and then that transfers over into other goal setting in their life.
Tell me how you feel right now after doing all that exercise. How do you feel?
Good.
I just think it's fun, and kids want to have fun.
More running! More running!
So adorable. I feel inspired.
With that, physical activity has never been more important than it is now. With the circumstances in our nation and across the world, we have seen changes. We've experienced lockdowns. We've lived through isolation, and it's been different, and it's directly affected our children and our schools. And again, 100 Mile Club has adapted, and we hope to be a part of making a difference and making it work. Some of the things that we've heard is that the lockdowns implemented across the world due to COVID-19 have negatively impacted diet, sleep, and physical activity among children, particularly with obesity. Prompted by fears of coronavirus transmission, numerous schools shut down in March, stretching the usual 2 to 3 month interval at home into 5 months or longer. Childhood obesity experts are worrying that children who often gain weight during the summer when they're home will add even more pounds, escalating an already serious public health problem. This was talked about recently by Andrew Rendell from Columbia University Center for Children's Environmental Health. He said, "We've basically doubled the time our students are out of school, and all the risk factors for weight gain we see in the summer will be magnified by the lockdown." There's some estimates suggesting that the U.S. childhood obesity rate may increase by 2.4% if school closures continue into December as a result of COVID-19. So this pandemic will have multiple impacts on childhood health and development. It's a scary time, it's a hard time, but we want to be part of the solution and part of the answer. So how do we do that? Michelle's going to share some more about that.
All right, when we went into immediate lockdown, we definitely saw a need for our families to continue doing the 100 Mile Club. They reached out to us and they said, what now? Our kids are at 60 miles, 80 miles. We don't know how long we're going to be in lockdown for. So we jumped on the idea and we immediately set up a program called the 26-Day Challenge. The demand was incredible. It was unbelievable. We had over 5,000 people sign up to continue with the 100 Mile Club. We then realized that the longer this COVID went on for and the lockdowns were going on for, we needed to start adapting ourselves and how we were going to allow for our families to start the new year. With that, we realized we're going to stay virtually the same and offer a program that our families could continue at home. That said, we still wanted our coaches to continue having engagement with their students so that hopefully when we are all back on campus and back at school, it could still just flow into each other. The one thing we did notice that there was a need for our coaches to support our coaches in how we got them the incentive packages to get to their students. Students had reached their 100 miles or more and needed their medals, but there was no school to get them their medals. That's going to lead to the next question. How are we going to get the students the incentives in the new school year? So we adapted accordingly and we offered the To-Go program. The To-Go program allows families and students to sign up directly through us. They pay us for the incentives and we ship incentives directly to them. We've created some new tools and support to make the program work even during remote and virtual learning. We've put together a cute little video which will give you some idea of our toolkit, the tools available and the support which can be found on Coach's Corner.
Hello and welcome to a new and exciting school year.
100 Mile Club is virtually the same. We're the same program with the same incentive packages at the same price. Yet we have our beautiful updated designs that this year will show off our new royal blue t-shirt. This year we have new tools to help you succeed no matter the circumstances. This includes tracking miles, connecting with students and families, sharing successes, and maintaining integrity, even at a distance.
As the school year continues to evolve and we learn more about the situations that we may encounter, we'll continue to offer new ways to track miles and celebrate success throughout the 2020-2021 year.
All these ideas and information will be found in our Coach's Toolkit.
Our toolkit and program guide are available for free on our website. Make sure to check it out.
The 100 Mile Club is virtually the same program you already know, with additional tools to keep you successful.
Whatever options you choose, create a fun, supportive environment, just like you would in person. Encourage all to reach their goals.
Thank you, coaches, for continuing to keep our kids healthy, happy, and connected.
Need any support? We're all there for you.
We are always available to you by phone, email, and even in person to help you tailor a program specific for your school.
Remember, no whining, no complaining, and no excuses. The 100 Mile Club is ready to help you make the most of this school year. Are you in?
It's great to share the video and share what we're trying to do to make this work, and it is working. We kind of go back to Coach John Wooden as we use his philosophies and his direction. And one of our favorite quotes is, "Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do." And there's still so much we can do. We've seen this happen as we have had to adjust quickly and adapt very dramatically in many ways, but we are still virtually the same. And 100 Mile Club is more than just a running program. Everyone can join and everyone can help. We do have programs for all different ages. We have a corporate program. We have for businesses that are interested in doing health and activity for their employees. We have an individual adult program. We have our Wisdom Walkers, which is our senior program. And of course, our foundation is our schools, working with students of all ages. We work with families. One of our favorite stories to share is the Newell family, which mom and dad are coaches in 2 different schools in the St. Vrains Valley School District. And with them, in this picture you see, beautiful example of mom and dad and all 3 children participating in 100 Mile Club, reaching their 100 Mile Club goal every year. And this beautiful picture shows them in 5 different shirts. So we talked about our shirts being different colors. Excellent example to see here. We have some fun community runs. We have community runs that happen just as the community is opening up and able to do that when that is able to happen. We have had other organizations actually participate and work with us jointly. Our local, in Southern California, a local police department created what they call Run with a Cop. And monthly they have an activity where they meet by their city hall, and students that come and children that and families that participate can earn mile towards their 100 Mile Club goals at their schools. So there's a real conjoint connected piece there. This has been a tremendous benefit for our local police department and their involvement and connection with us. We have an annual Run for Kids in Southern California as well, and we have seen this grow, and other schools throughout the nation participate with us on that day virtually. One of our fun stories, we can't wait to tell you the end of the story because right now it's just the beginning of the story, is in Erie, Colorado. We have had several schools that participate in 100 Mile Club. And just recently, within the last 6 months, one of the senior centers in Erie reached out to us wanting to connect with one of the schools. They'd learned about 100 Mile Club. They wanted to organize a group for themselves as seniors, which is our Wisdom Walkers, and they just registered with us this last month. And with that, they will be challenging as well as working together with this local school. So yay, Erie. We can't wait to share more with you, and maybe next year at Colorado Shape we can tell you the rest of that story. One of our favorite annual events is our annual pumpkin run. And given this time of year and where we're at, we'd like to share a video of this great community event. It was postponed this year because of COVID, but families still do individually travel there. But let us show you a year past of the pumpkin run and how community events can happen with 100 Mile Club. So that, Colorado, is 100 Mile Club. Thank you for the opportunity to share who we are and what we're about. We love talking about our history and the program itself. We especially want to let you know and remind you that we are here to make it work whatever the circumstance is at your school. Hopefully you've gotten answers today of how it can work in your particular circumstance. If not, we are available Monday through Friday and sometimes even beyond that to help you. We want you to be a part of 100 Mile Club in any way that might work for you. One of our favorite 100 Mile participants is little Sylvia, and Sylvia came up to us one time so excited and proud of herself in reaching her goal, and she said, "There's no one giant step that does it. It's a lot of little steps, and I did it." Sylvia reached her 100 miles. She felt accomplishment, excitement, pride, and she just physically felt better. And we know that happens for dozens and hundreds and even thousands of kids and families across the United States. Again, please do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can. Never stop running. So that concludes our time with you on this virtual presentation. Myself, BJ, Michelle, we thank you for your participation. We were able to share with you what we felt was important, but most importantly, we want to hear from you. So we'd like to turn it over now to times for questions and answers and see how we can help you, how we can answer questions that you have, and explain anything else about 100 Mile Club that would be beneficial for you. Thank you so much.